This will be a demonstration of the Quickdraw Weaving program's ability to help you treadle your loom while you're weaving. As I go to the Loom Help function, I'm going to ask for weft. At the moment, I've told it I'm not doing repeats, so this is the first shot of the pattern. I should be on treadle 2. For sake of reference, it is showing me what shafts should be activated for this point. As I do a left mouse click, that will advance, or space bars will advance. I can also use the cursor up arrows, or if I make a mistake, I can use a cursor down arrow to back up. Or I can directly tab into the weft sequence, and as I zoom up, that gets bigger, a little bit easier to see. So in the large font, the big graphic tells me which treadle or what the upcoming and preceding treadles were. It's also giving me where I am in the pattern. That's going to automatically track as I pass through. That's going to be highlighted on the Treadling Sequence. Now that's assuming I have a tie-up. If, for example, the same pattern were done with a lift plan, I go back to Loom Help, back to weft, it's going to tell me which shafts to treadle at this point. As I do a right mouse click, it will again repeat that voice sections. So it pretty much works the same way. It just tells me exactly which treadles at which point. It automatically is tracked every time I sit. As I look at the restore overlay again, it's telling me it's at pick 3 currently. And that is how it can help you with treadling your loom. This is an update to the Loom Help when treadling with a lift plan by hand. So I do have a pattern here with a lift plan. I go to Loom Help, ask for weft. What I've added is a tabby button. If I hit the tabby button, it's going to go through, tell me which shafts would give me as close as it can approximate to a tabby. A straight twill pattern, so it's not too hard to find it, but depending upon your pattern, that can be a problem. So if you wanted to basically just try and get a tabby so you can even warp threads in the process, that's what that tabby function is for. Okay, this will be an update for version 4.15. Normally, I'm just showing a single thread. When I click, it will advance thread by thread. I've added 2 things. First thing I added was the step controls. So for example, if I want to step by 4, it will automatically, when I click, show me the 4 threads in a block and what their colors are. And when I click the advance, it's going to move up. So it now moves by an increment of 4 threads. And I can change that back. Now the other thing I also added down here was a show tabby. It's not obvious from the threading and treadling at times what the best to reach a tabby thread. So when I hit the show tabby, it's going to show me which shafts, which is this pretty obvious pattern. But if I have a more complicated one, it would look through that threading and figure out how close it can come to a tabby. The toggle then shows me between the toggle and the tabby, I can see exactly, I can weave tabby to lead off a header or so forth. So that's what those functions are. Thank you. This is an update for the Loom Help weft when you have a tie-up for Quickdraw version 5.5. Now what I've actually added here is a pickup button. When you hit pickup, I now have 2 choices, whether I want to run a rigid heddle loom or whether I want to run a conventional treadle loom. In either case, it will show me pickup threads, whether they're up or down, and I will do a separate video talking about this and all of those various details in a separate video. Thank you.